In the dark fantasy series The Grün-Guld Narr, the opening scene isn't what you'd expect. It's not some big sword fight. It's a philosophical duel. And today, we're going to break down exactly how this prologue sets the stage for the entire story. So think about this for a second. How can a laugh, just a silent laugh, be more powerful than a warrior's unstoppable rage? It sounds impossible, right? Well, the entire prologue of this series is built around that very question. It throws this seemingly powerless, laughing fool up against a furious berserker. And the results? Well, it completely flips our idea of what strength even means. Okay, so to really get why a laugh can be so devastating, we've got to understand the world we're stepping into. And I want you to picture classic Norse sagas. You know, these really grim, serious worlds built on honor, fate, and this relentless pursuit of glory. Yeah, in this universe, literally, everything revolves around what they call the weight of the gold. Life is just this constant, serious, bloody struggle for treasure and honor. You're driven by ambition, sure, but your path is pretty much sealed by a tragic, unbreakable fate. This isn't just a story element. It is the fundamental rule of their world. It's how everything works. So, into this grim, honor-bound world, what happens when a total outsider walks in? And not just any outsider, but a force that brings a completely different philosophy, one that's straight out of Nietzsche. And check this out. The jester isn't just some court fool they hired for laughs. No way. He literally emerges from a burial mound to talk to these warriors. And that's a direct parallel to Nietzsche's Zarathustra, who came down from the mountains to teach humanity. See, this guy isn't here to entertain. He's here to drop a philosophical bombshell. And right here, you can see the two worldviews just colliding head-on. You've got the skald on one side. He's the keeper of tradition, singing all the old songs about blood and honor. And then you've got the jester. He looks at that whole epic story and just calls it dusty. Instead, he brings something completely alien to them, the laughter of the void. All right, so who is this jester, really? Well, his name, the Grün-Guld Narr, or the Verdant Gold Fool, is the key to the whole thing. It's basically a fusion of those two conflicting ideas we were just talking about. So the story actually calls him the Will-o'-Narr, the Fool of Will. And this is such a brilliant flip on Nietzsche's will to power, that fundamental human drive to achieve and conquer. But where Nietzsche saw it as this powerful force, the jester sees it as, well, a beautiful cage, a cosmic joke. And his whole lesson is this: real freedom isn't about winning the struggle. It's about having the perspective to laugh at how pointless it all is. And you can see that whole idea broken down right in his name. The gold's part, that's the human stuff. The cursed treasure, the ambition, the drama, the fate. But the green part, that's the natural world. It's the indifferent, unstoppable cycle of nature that, in the end, doesn't care about your hero's journey. It just turns all that drama and glory into rich soil for the grass to grow. So, what happens when this philosophy gets put to the test? Well, we see it become an actual weapon in the prologue's amazing climax, when the jester comes face to face with the world's toughest warrior. Okay, so picture this. The berserker, who is basically the living embodiment of pure rage and heroic will, steps up to confront him. And the jester, he doesn't draw a sword. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't even fight back. He just laughs. And in that one moment, that silent laughter completely reframes the warrior's fury. Suddenly, it doesn't look scary anymore. It just looks absurd. And you see the warrior just freeze. He's paralyzed. Because he's hit with this sudden, horrifying realization that his whole life, all the struggle, the honor, the rage, it's not the grand epic he thought it was. From the jester's perspective, it's all just a long, bloody joke. And that right there, that's the jester's real power. He's a disruptive force because he's introducing an idea this world has absolutely no defense against. For a culture that is obsessed with the heavy, serious weight of the gold, the concept of cosmic indifference, that laughter of the void, is the most powerful, most shattering weapon imaginable. And so that leaves us with the central question that I think drives the whole series. In a world that's built on cursed gold, unbreakable fate, and bloody honor, maybe the greatest power isn't winning the fight. Maybe it's not hoarding the most treasure. Maybe, just maybe, it's the ability to see the whole grand, tragic struggle for what it is, and have the wisdom to just laugh at it all.